I'm actually posting on a Friday, and this video will probably be edited. Let's hope. And I did like my makeup, and I got dressed and everything for this. You can't really tell, and that's fine. That's fine. Oh, also, I have a mic now. Look how I'm getting more and more professional each day. So let you guys know, my channel is gonna take a slight directional turn. We're gonna talk more about movies and TV shows I like and all that, because the last one was Degrassi related, which is a TV show I really enjoy. This one is my Heartbreak High character ranking by Brooklyn Lindsay. Is that backwards? Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. Subscribe. I'll do that, and then Okay, I did all the intro stuff that I needed to do. Let's get into the actual video. Heartbreak High is a TV show about a bunch of kids. There's a list of characters, which you'll see in the show, and it's an ensemble show. But there are two main girls, Emery and Harper. And those two girls made this thing called I don't know if I can say it on YouTube. It's called when two people in the same family have a good time together map. But basically, no one did it with their brother or sister or anything like that. It was just a map of everyone who did stuff with someone else. Blah-de-doo-doo. Probably, no, what? I'll grab a picture for you. 1 second. Okay, so this is the best picture we're gonna get of the map. This is the best picture, but basically they made a map of all of the connections between. Oh my god, why is that even there? Between all the kids in their school and what they did together and all that fun jazz. So basically, and that's how the show starts, was the map getting discovered and people getting mad because the map was discovered. Rightfully so, because there's definitely a ton of information that people didn't want to get out and everything like that. Emery and Harper were friends, and then they had a falling out, but you don't really know why they had a falling out. It was honestly, all of a sudden Harper just didn't want to be friends with Emery anymore. And basically, that is the consistence of the show. I will probably get more in depth in details once I start the character ranking. So let's get back to that. Okay, so this is my character ranking of all the characters, or all of the main characters from Heartbreak High, or all the characters I wanted to add. So let's start. So my first and my least favorite character is Sasha, because I hate her. She's actually the worst. If you like Sasha, just leave already, because you're I don't understand. I don't like her because, so she has a girlfriend in the show, Quinny, and Quinny is autistic. That is not a big part of her character, but it is a part of her character, and they end up breaking up or have a falling out because Sasha decided to invite herself into something that she was not invited to, because Quinny was going to this book thing at the same night of Emery's party, and Sasha was like, oh, I'll go with you, even though Quinny did not invite her. Sasha invited herself, and Quinny had this all planned out for days and days and days on end, and then all of a sudden Sasha's like, why'd you do all this? This is ridiculous, you know? And so they end up, because Quinny had the whole bus system planned out and everything for this event that she was so excited for, and so she had a plan. Sasha decides to mess up that plan to get ice cream, and then gets upset when Quinny's upset that they're ruining her plan that she made to get ice cream. So then her and her friend start talking. Quinny gets overwhelmed because she is on a bus that she did not want to be on, because she was going to be on a different bus, and it ruined her plan. And she did not want to be late to this. They end up being late. They had to go to the back of the line and wait. And then 3 hours later, since it was a 3-hour event, they end up leaving and going on the bus, and Sasha's like, oh, I want to go get drunk, and Quinny was like, oh, I'm just going to go home because I don't think I can handle that right now, because she knows her boundaries as a person, and that is okay. But Sasha's like, well, I didn't really envision my Friday night spending 3 hours in a sweaty book convention or whatever they were at. You weren't invited. Why are you upset? You weren't invited. You invited yourself. You changed the plan, invited yourself, and now you're mad because you spent your whole Friday being somewhere you didn't want to be when you had the option to not be there at all. Plus, she always blames Quinny's autism. She literally said to Quinny, I wish we were just like normal, and it's a lot for me that you're autistic. You can leave the relationship. You don't have to be in the relationship anymore, you know? And I hate when people say that, like, oh, your mental illness is a lot for me. You do not have to have a relationship with me. Like, I don't have any mental illnesses, but like, if you are in a relationship with someone with mental illnesses, you accept that person and what they come with. If you can't accept the person as a whole, including their mental illnesses, you should leave. You should never blame the person for having mental illnesses. You know? Like, yeah, there is, like, some things that, like, some people just can't handle, but never say your mental illness is a lot for me. You don't have to live with that every single day. You don't have to live with that. You have the opportunity to leave whenever you want. Or mental disabilities, or anything, or, like, disabilities in general. Don't say that something someone else is struggling with is a lot for you. And autism is not a mental illness. I know that. I don't know why I brought mental illness into this. I don't know. Still, Sasha's the worst, and I actually hate her. So, next up is Dusty. He might be cute, but he's the worst. So, I hate him. Because, like, he knows that Emery, Harper's ex-best friend, has a crush on him. He knows that. Basically, the whole school knows that. He ends up kissing her. That same night that he kisses her, he ends up doing it with her best friend. Ex-best friend. They're not even friends anymore. Okay? They end up doing it together. Yeah. I would have been mad at both of them. Right? And then they start dating, Harper and Dusty. Right? They start dating. Dusty gets mad at Harper for them having a process of elimination, figure it out. Even though he was the one who initiated it. He gets mad and everything about that, and he's like, you just wanted it too much, and it really turned me off from this whole relationship thing, when he was the one pressuring her to be in a relationship this whole entire time when she did not want to be. And now that they're in a relationship and that he and her, not all three, that both him and her decided to have and then he got mad even though he initiated it. It was like, yeah. Then he ended up getting with Emery. He gets with Emery even after he made up a false rumor about her doing it with their teacher and almost getting the teacher fired from her job. Because he didn't want to do a class that he ended up getting in because, yeah. And he even got with her knowing that he did that, and then he was like, oh, I got with you originally to make Malachi, her ex-boyfriend, jealous. Or, like, upset and mad because he was being rude to me. So I did it to do that, but then I started to actually like you. Like, shut up. Get a life. Like, how dare you? I just think it's ridiculous. And I hate him. He's awful. No. Missy. See, okay. With Missy, I don't really have a problem with Missy. Like, these are starting to get into characters that I don't have a problem with. Missy was just not in the show a ton. She really wasn't. This little cat outfit she's wearing over here kind of slays. I think it was for a Halloween episode. No, it wasn't for a Halloween episode. It was just, they were just having a costume party. To have a costume party, which seems so fun. They also celebrate Mardi Gras in the show, and I was like, that seems like such a fun thing to celebrate. I didn't know that was something you celebrated. Apparently they do. And it was so cool, and now I want to celebrate Mardi Gras. So, if you guys having any celebrations for Mardi Gras, I'm available. Just assume I'm available. I'll be there. Promise. I love her though. She's so cute. She made a really funny joke because her and Sasha dated, and she was like, Sasha trampled my heart. And now I don't know what to do with myself, and now I think I like white boys. And it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. And watch the show because it's so funny. Number 8 is Ant. He also has the same amount of screen time as Missy does, but he's higher because look at him. Like, of course he's gonna be higher. Do you see him? He has more screen time in my heart. He's important. He's an important character in my heart. I don't care what this man has done in his life. He might have helped with the rumor to get Josie, the teacher, fired. He might have helped that. In one ear, out the other. It doesn't matter. Who cares? It's fine. It's fine. I love him. He does no wrong in my eyes. Spider. Spider is number 7 for me. And I might get a bunch of hate for this. I literally might get actual hate for this. Like, people might send me some threats, for this one. But, like, I don't hate him as a character. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of ship him and Emery a little bit. Like, cause, like, it was like, what? He literally, no matter what, like, always cared about Emery. Like, even if he didn't show it, even if he was, like, the actual worst person ever, deep down, he cared about Emery. And I knew that. I knew it. Like, and I was like, why? Because, like, he was so pressed throughout this whole show, especially when she was dating Malachi. And I was like, bruh, why are you so pressed? And then when I found out why he was so pressed, I was like, oh, I know why you're so pressed. So basically, him and Emery were gonna have some fun together. But then something happened with that. And he was obviously embarrassed. And he was like, and Emery was embarrassed to be with him, to be seen with him, and didn't want anyone to know that they were together. And he got really upset. Obviously, rightfully so. I would have gotten mad too if someone said, oh, I don't want to be seen with you. It's embarrassing. Like, no matter who you are, that's just an awful thing. So, but he's awful. He's an awful character. Let me not get you wrong. When Malachi got body slammed by the police, he was like, maybe you shouldn't have talked back to the police. When he wasn't really. He just said, oh, yeah, I'm going. Like, he was literally walking away. He was walking away. The police kept pushing him for no reason. He just was walking away. And then the police body slammed this kid. Like, what on earth? Yeah. But he's higher on the list because I just feel like he's going to have a redemption arc. And, like, everyone's like, Spider's the true villain of this story. No, it's Dusty. Dusty is the villain of this story. So much unnecessary drama happened because of Dusty. Dusty is musty, is basically what I'm trying to say. Harper. Harper is our second main character of the show. And I'm so conflicted about this girl. I'm so conflicted about her. I love her. I hate her, and I actually don't want to be around her, and I want to be around her all at the same time. Her and Dusty kind of essayed Malachi when he was very intoxicated. After he was extremely intoxicated, they kind of took advantage of him because he was in a vulnerable position after he could just got body slammed by the police. He was in a very vulnerable position, and they took advantage of that and then had a with him while he was under the influence and extremely vulnerable. And I just, like I can't support that. Like, I can't. Like, and Harper has been through a lot, and I completely understand where Harper's coming from throughout the whole entire show once I found out what she's been through. But there's so much unnecessary stuff that she did, and I get that she's on a destructive path, but, like, it explains her actions. It doesn't excuse her actions, though. Like, because, like, you not only got with your best friend's crush, who she's had a crush on for more than 5 years, you slept with her boyfriend. You slapped her, punched her, called her a stalker for trying to talk to you and figure out what happened, but then you climb into her house through her window and she's the stalker, so you can apologize for being with Dusty, but then say you don't want to be friends. I'm sorry. Like, you, like, Emery, literally, in this whole entire show, Emery gets so, I'll talk about her later, but I'm so conflicted with you. I feel bad for everything that you've gone through, but based on what you did in the show, I don't think you realized you caused pain to other people. Like, you were hurting, and then you ended up causing pain to a bunch of other people in the process. So, can't really get down with you on that. So, sorry, babes. Sorry. But let's continue. Number 5, we have Malachi, which is my baby. He's my babe. He's my little baby, and I love him. He's just so sweet. He literally does no wrong in this show. Like, yeah, you can be like when him, Harper, and Dusty, you know. But, like, I don't blame him at all for that. He was in a very vulnerable position. He was trying to be alone. He wanted to be alone. Harper would not let him be alone. Then he was also vulnerable and intoxicated, took him to the house and did all that. But he also, like, disappeared for, like, 2 episodes, for the last 2 episodes. And, yeah. I think him and Emery are super cute together, but I don't think they're endgame. I really think this show is going to try and push Spider and Emery more so, because, like, they wouldn't have shown all the, like, pining Spider was doing over Emery throughout the whole entire show and, like, had all that context behind their relationship if they weren't going to be endgame. I think Malachi is just a really good character because, yeah, he's a character who really dwells on the past and has a hard time getting over it. He is, because in Australia, this is an Australian show, he is considered black, which is indigenous in Australia. When you are indigenous in Australia, you are black. So he is some black representation or indigenous Australian representation in the show. So is Missy, and they end up having a lot of good times together. He ends up going on a retreat after his police assaulting. And, at the end of the show, you kind of get this feeling like you think he's okay, but it's really clear he's not okay, and he has so much more healing to do before he ends up trying to get into another relationship. And him and Emery were super cute. I just think they need to, like, kind of grow as people, and maybe one day they can be together, but I don't know. I really think they're pushing for Spider and Emery. I need to take a drink. 1 second. Ugh. Okay, sorry for that. Let's continue. Number 4 is Darren. I love Darren. Darren is so sweet. They're just so adorable and cute. Darren is non-binary and gay representation in the show. And at the moment, we don't have a ton of non-binary representation. We have Jazz from Degrassi and Frankie Stein from the new Monster High reboot, and personally, I like that they're non-binary and everything, but why did you make them ugly? Like, why is the doll so ugly? The only cute doll they have is Draculaura, and that's the only one I'm even thinking about getting. Like, I have a Monster High collection. I will show you in an episode, not an episode, what am I, a TV show? In a video one day, but it's not a big collection because when I started it, I was, like, really young and really little, but, like, I do want I've always wanted to collect Monster High dolls, and maybe once I, like, move out, not that I'm moving out anytime soon, maybe I'll start collecting more because I'll have more, you know. But yes, but that's not the point. The point is this show. This show. Darren, I like Darren. The only thing that didn't make sense to me about Darren was when Cash was trying to come out as Ace, which is asexual, which is someone who has no desire to have sexual relations. Darren was telling him that he was confused, and it didn't make sense to me because they are someone who is non-binary and gay. They should know the most about being told that they're confused and everything like that. I don't understand how they weren't more accepting of Cash and his sexual identity, and how, like, he just immediately went for, you're confused, you just haven't met the right person. Like, Darren, people have told you that before and you hated it. Why would you tell that to someone you actually love and you would, like, you want to be with? Like, I feel like it was, like, a misrepresentation with his character, because I don't think, not with their character. I think it was a misstep and everything like that. But I do like Darren. I think they're a really good character, and yes. And I might have slipped up with their pronouns on here, and if I did, I am extremely sorry. I did not mean to do it on purpose. I did just catch myself a few seconds ago, but that was completely my fault, and I am so sorry about that. Okay, number 3 is Cash, who we just talked about, who was in a relationship with Darren. Their relationship was actually super cute. You can see it in this little picture right there. That's them. Aren't they so cute? Ooh. Aren't they so cute? So Cash is what they call an eshe, which is basically like a gangster, or like a wannabe gangster. And everyone calls him eshe. Emery ends up calling him over like a dog, like eshe, eshe, eshe. It was actually really funny, and you watch the show so you understand how funny it is, because it's hilarious when she does that. But so he's like a gangster. He sells drugs and like all that fun jazz. He's number 3 because he did do some stuff, but like I understand why he did everything he did, and like he felt bad about it. He even made sure Harper was okay, because Harper, I'm not going to spoil too much of the show, even though I have basically told you the whole entire plot of the show. There has something that happened with Harper and him and his other eshe friends. And with that, he did the best he could in that situation to help her out without putting himself in danger. Was there more I think he could have done? Yes. Did I think he did the best for how he knew how to handle it? Yes. I think it's really, he ends up going to, I can't say that. But him and Darren are just really cute, and I really like their relationship, and I just love Cash. Because he's so, like, it's so funny, because he's, like, a gangster and everything, but he's, like, so awkward. He's, like, so, like, I can't, because, like, he has a crush on Darren, and, like, when he's talking to them, he's, like, so, like, nervous and, like, scared to talk to them, and I'm like, bro, you sell drugs, and you're scared to talk to them? Like, you're scared to talk to Darren? Are you for real? Like, talk to him. Talk to them. Like, I think you'll be fine. Okay. Like, I promise you'll be fine. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Number 2 is Emery. Emery holds a facet of half my personality. Emery is just awesome, and I love her, and she's just the best. She deserves so much better in the show. She literally gets, like, she gets blamed for the whole entire map thing, even though it was her and Harper. Harper didn't take the blame for that. The same day, Harper punches her in the face, doesn't explain why. She loses her friend. She loses her crush. She loses her boyfriend. She basically loses everything. She loses her whole entire friend group because Harper went around telling people, well, not telling people, because people found out about the map. They were still friends with Harper, even though she said Harper did it too. No one believed her and just assumed that she wasn't taking responsibility, when that's not true. It was literally her and Harper never got blamed for it at all. I just think it's messed up that, like, she was the only one who got blamed for the whole entire map thing. Like, that was so unfair. She literally, basically, she was, like, so completely alone this season. Like, the only people that were there for her was Darren and Quinny. And she literally deserves so much better. She literally had to wait. Like, no one asked her how she was. Like, everyone was, like, always checking in on someone, like, oh, how are you? How are you doing? La-dee-dee-doo. No one checked up on her. No one checked up on her until the last episode when Spider did. It literally took Spider to check up on her, being like, hey, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Like, they weren't even on talking terms, and he even was like, man, someone should go check up on her. Because no one was checking up on this woman. I was losing my mind, and I was like so upset that no one was checking up on her. Like, I was like, Emery, come here. I'll give you the biggest hug because you don't deserve this. Yeah, you messed up. People are allowed to mess up, make mistakes. But like, yeah, it was messed up, and it was awful. But number one is Quinny. Quinny is literally my favorite character in the whole entire world. She has like she literally holds my whole entire heart in her hands. She is literally my whole entire personality. We basically kind of have the same like sense of like style and how we do our makeup and everything. I love Quinny. Quinny's awesome. Quinny deserves so much better than Sasha. Sasha is actually the worst. Yes. Quinny, I don't even know where to start with Quinny. I love Quinny so much. Quinny is my number one fave in the whole entire show. And Quinny she deserves the world in her hands at the moment right now. Me and Quinny are basically the same person, and I love her. Quinny is also autistic representation, and the actress who plays Quinny, Chloe Hayden, is also autistic, which is some actually really good stuff. They made a quote to Sia in the show when Sasha, of course, was like, Quinny, you can't be autistic. You're very emotionally intelligent. And then she's like, okay, bye, Sia. Because, like, Sia made music without actually representing the autistic community in good light, using actually unorthodox practices that aren't used anymore on autistic people, and ended up sending the proceeds to a organization trying to find a cure for autism when there isn't a cure, and it's actually just pointless in doing that and trying to make people feel bad for being autistic. So yeah, so basically that's what Sia did. Can make a whole entire video on that. She also did blackface, and I actually just don't like her as a person because yeah. But I love Quinny. Quinny is just the best. She's the sweetest, and I love her. Okay. But basically, that was the end of the slideshow. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys are okay with me talking about more movies and TV shows, because I really like talking about movies and TV shows. I probably will do another scary Reddit story soon, though, because it was a video that are really good of mine. It has like 325 views, I think, last time I checked. But like, I'm really proud of it, and thank you. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it through this whole entire video, like and subscribe, comment down below if you have anything to say to me, even if it's hate or negativity, because I thrive on that. So please leave it in the comments below. And if you're from my school, don't leave anything in the comments below, because no, I don't need to know that you're watching this, because that's embarrassing for me and you. Just to let you know. So, I don't want to hear anything about it. Thank you. Okay, have a amazing rest of your week. And happy Friday, because I'm posting this on Friday at 8 o'clock, and I'll probably be at a cheer game while posting this. Don't tell my coach. Okay, bye.